Guess who just made it to Seoul, South Korea?
Put it in the middle.
Yeah, the middle part's right on the outside.
But they mix it all up.
What are you doing? Oh. No, you gotta sing the rest of the song. What are you doing? Living your life like it's what?
So we're here at this like hiker, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it, but basically what it is it's a location that you can come to learn more about like Korean tourism history, a couple other exhibits, and the one thing that's really popular here is the K-pop exhibit, which teaches you some about the K-pop history here in Korea, and also you can like put yourself in like a little K-pop music video, like you make your own kind of K-pop music video. So that's pretty interesting. Actually today there's not an opportunity to do the K-pop music video like with our group here because there is an exhibit with Faker, who apparently is like one of the best League of Legends players here in Korea. So there's like a crazy line outside here to see him, but it's definitely something that's cool. I think if you're super into K-pop, that's something interesting to learn about Korea. So we're gonna see what we can do here, but it's gonna be a lot faster because we're not gonna be able to see all the floors. So this is the 5th floor. How do you feel about not being able to do the K-pop exhibit?
Honestly, that was the main reason why we were here. So
I'm very disappointed. I was ready to make my own K-pop video.
yeah,
What does K-pop actually stand for, Joy?
K and poppin'.
that's not right.
What does it stand for? K pop lockin'.
She is incorrect. It stands for Korean pop.
Go. What was that, 2? Okay, you okay have to back up because I backed up. Bring it back here. Wait, did you stop my time? Okay, you ready? Korean fluffy donut. I just made that up. I don't know if it's called a Korean fluffy donut. It smells really good. It's nice. It's better than a Krispy Kreme. Better than a Krispy Kreme. Not the same, but it's different. Oh my god. Raspberry Matic.
So we're now located in Gamcheong Cultural Village. This is a village restoration project. Basically, this used to be a space where some like less expensive housing kind of was. It kind of reminds me of the favelas a little bit, but they've taken time since 2010 to kind of restore the village and basically make it a tourist trap. But there's lots of opinions to be had on that, but it's definitely something to check out here in Busan City. So here behind me is temple. So this is one of the most popular temples here in Korea. It is a Buddhist temple and it's placed right on the edge of the ocean, as you can see here. This is one of the temples that didn't get destroyed when Confucianism actually came and became the majority religion or spirituality of here in Korea. Because it's on the sea, it didn't get destroyed, but it's one of the more popular ones. I was talking to the tour guide and it was pretty interesting because she was telling me how like there's not as many strict rules for attending this temple, specifically because it's kind of prepped and prepared for tourists, whether they be from international places or from here in Busan. A beautiful sight and a fun first stop. But mind you, it is extremely crowded. Don't go too spicy. Took one for the team. And I have her recovered.
The royal guards were responsible for protecting the palace and city gates.
We just got to a Tae Kwon Do center and we're going to learn some basics of Tae Kwon Do. I'm sure it's going to be quite hilarious. And also it's not, we weren't pronouncing it Tae Kwon Do, like Tae Kwon Do? I don't know. But I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. So stay tuned. So today we're doing something extremely interesting and we're able to go to the edge of South Korea, and behind me here is the border. And so from here you're able to see the North Korean land. You're able to see North Korea. This is obviously a very interesting thing to come and do because there's still an acknowledgement that North Korea and South Korea are currently still in an active war. I mean, not as active. They had an armistice, but it never really ended necessarily the war itself. And so it's really interesting and something that's important to acknowledge when you are here in Korea. It's not just the land of K-pop and K-drama and everything else. There's still a very active conflict and active history occurring here. So I can definitely say this is one of the more interesting travel experiences that I've ever had. I'm standing here and from this observatory tower you can see North Korea, and they have like binoculars and things. You can see actual people who are farmers who are farming on the edge of the border. And it's almost like existing in live action history. You know, I think with coming to different countries, you can get really caught up in the past and dynasties and everything else like that feels so far away. But when you're here and you're literally seeing two different ideals that have come and created two different, like the separation of a country with the same history, the same language, they call each other brothers even. And our tour guide was saying like there's lots of different ideas on how like South Koreans, because it's obviously the only ones we can talk to are South Koreans, feel about the conflict and the separation of the two. But it's a really interesting experience to be able to be had, and also like why I travel, because at the end of the day the world is such a dynamic and interesting place, and conflicts have existed for longer than I have existed and longer than the world anybody living has existed, and to be at the heart of one and see that they're people too, you know? And at the heart of all nations are people. It's transcendent, really. That was a kimchi making class, which is a really unique and interesting experience, specifically because kimchi is Korea, okay? You're gonna see kimchi specifically here in Korea. I was surprised that they use a variation of ingredients in different regions. This one specifically, they talked about using shrimp, like a spicy shrimp. A salty shrimp in order to give some of the taste of the kimchi. But you're supposed to let it sit 1 to 2 days so the fermentation process can occur, and it's sitting here in a baggie actually, where there is no air bubbles, anything like that, for the lactobacilli to do the thing. So hopefully we can have some of our kimchi and enjoy this process. It's supposed to be really, really good for you. Maybe I learned how to make it at home.
Thank you for